I am idlechild, and today we are going to be doing a Super Metroid challenge category. So this game is known for having many different routing options and ways to progress through the game. It's also got a fair amount of weapon choices. So if we just look at the beam upgrades, aside from the starting beam, you've got the charged beam, and then you've got ice, wave, spacer, plasma. You can combine any one of those with charge beam and a power bomb to do a special beam attack, such as the X Factor. You can combine more of those together to get an even more powerful combination of beams. You can, at the end of the game, you're given the hyper beam, which is even more powerful. And then there's also the grappling beam, which is useful for both attacking and for movement options through the game. And today we're going to beat the game without using any of those. That is the Beamless challenge. So you might be thinking, well, we must be in for some major glitches, maybe going out of bounds, doing like a door skip or something. I mean, surely you can't. The game isn't just going to give you 6 different beam upgrades, and you don't need any of them to beat the game. I mean, that would just be, well, that would be Super Metroid for you. This game, it doesn't have those forced hand-holding tutorial sections. It just you explore to find the items, and then you also kind of explore what the items are good for. How does it help you? And there are a lot of ways that the beams do help you progress through the game. They're just not required. There is one significant glitch we will be doing in the run. At the end of the run in Turian, in order to skip in order to avoid using the hyper beam. But otherwise, it's just going to be movements and just some speedrunning tech. In fact, this isn't challenging enough. We're also going to limit the usage of the starting beam. So I had said we're going to not use any of the beam upgrades. We're also going to try to use the starter beam as little as possible. We do unfortunately need to fire at least a few beam shots. We can't do a completely beamless run with no beam shots at all. We were able to get through Series Station. I didn't bother even talking about it. All the doors open for you as we go. But as we can see over here, I just don't have any way of getting to this door without firing beam shots. So we're going to need a few beam shots to start out. I do have a counter up on the top right of the screen next to the minimap. It's actually a small patch added to the game to give us that counting ability. So as I fire the shot here, counter goes to 2. Unfortunately, I can't use Moonfall here because that would require firing a beam shot. It might be possible without firing a shot, but if it is, it's too difficult to even bother with. So we're up to 4 shots now. Yeah, so no upgrades, no grapple beam. I'm not going to get X-ray either. I guess that's technically X-ray scope, but yeah, we don't need that. And limiting the starter beam. And let's see here, so we can avoid shooting that block out. And then here we actually have some shot blocks in our way, so we got to shoot at least one of these blocks out of our way to get through here. And then we got one more shot to open up the door so we can get the missiles. So hopefully we will hold it to 8 shots. For some reason we don't, I'll just keep going. But the goal is to do it in just 8 beam shots. And let's see, we're already kind of running low on our missiles here. We don't even have enough missiles to open that red door. We're going to have to come back later. Fortunately, these pirates are pretty good about dropping missiles. There is a very small chance that they won't drop a missile. Of course, we want to avoid taking damage. Then they'll drop health, and that's no good. We don't want health. We have health. Alright, we got our missile drop. Avoid taking damage. Actually, saving that pirate for the end. That one on the right. And then come back over this way and shoot him out and the door. And we'll be at full ammo. And so now, because we've opened up a gray door, we've kind of woken up the planet, So now when we come back to these rooms, there's actually going to be some enemies in here. We can farm those enemies to get the missiles we need to get to this red door, and then that will allow us to get a second missile pack. Alright, we actually have one missile to spare, which is helpful, because then I can farm these guys up. And I'm going to try to get this energy tank. But we got it, good. If I didn't get that, I was going to have to go get Gauntlet Tank later, so happy to get this now. It's certainly not necessary, but for a marathon, having one extra E-Tank is going to really help with our with having to fight Phantoon and Lower Norfair and all that stuff. I was kind of hoping to avoid taking that hit, but I think we'll be okay. These guys usually drop big health. We'll probably be okay. So then we're going to try to farm back up to 10 missiles so that we get enough missiles to open up the red door before Bomb Chorizo and still have a couple left over to do that fight as well. Yeah, that guy dropped a big health, which is actually good because now we're back to full. And we can go back to getting missiles from all these guys. Alright, so climb is pretty much the same, it's just more damaging, more painful if you get hit, because we really want to keep our health full to make sure these guys are all dropping missiles like we want. Once we get a little further in, we'll have a little bit more ammo and it won't be as big of a deal. Okay, I'm actually going to take this save, because Bomb Chorizo can be a bit of a troll. So there's kind of two. There's the RNG right at the very beginning of the game, which is barely even RNG. It's like a 99.6% chance that that first pirate will drop a missile for you. And then there's Bomb Chorizo. Bomb Chorizo can be kind of a jerk, even if the fight goes well. And if the fight doesn't go well, then he'll just give you a whole bunch of health and no missiles. So. Alright, I'm going to try to farm these first two bugs here. Just like that. Oh, and of course, I got them both, and neither of them dropped a missile. So that strat there, to farm the first two bugs with one missile, that's actually used in like the fastest, the fastest way to get the Bomb Chorizo is to actually come up here with just one missile pack. And just farm those bugs up for missiles. It's a little RNG dependent. It wouldn't be good for a marathon to go for that. Okay, BT being reasonable today. Dropping some missiles. It looks like we got enough for the fight to be over. None to spare, but that's fine. We didn't take any damage. So now we're going to be able to get all missile drops. Yeah, the one that says 8, that's the beam shot count. So we have to do those first 8 beam shots. And if I happen to fire a beam shot later on in the run, we'll probably just keep going. It's been known to happen, especially when we get to power bombs. Oh, geez. Of course I'm going to mess this up in the marathon. There we go. Not a big deal. Yeah, it's very easy with... So right now I can just have missiles equipped and feel safe, but... I'm not used to actually doing this route with all these extra missiles. I can just missile these doors open. I usually have to bomb them open. Alright, so we are coming up to the early Super Smock Ball. This is actually... it's actually something that casual players can do if they know how to do it. The thing that makes it easy is the fact that we bonk the ceiling. And because of that, we can hold jump the whole time. And if we hold jump the whole time, then once you're in the air with jump held, you can maintain your momentum. You can let go of everything else and you'll maintain your momentum, which then allows us to focus on the other inputs for the trick. So we need to hold it down at some point so that Samus starts aiming down so that she can then, on her next input, do a morph. Well, we can do that during the door transition. So, run and jump, hold jump the whole time, push down now, release down, and then do the Hadoken motion, which is that quick down right motion, sometimes described as Hadoken, because that's kind of the same motion you do. And that's early Super Smack Ball, and I even casual players can do that one. It may take you several tries to do. I'm not saying it's free or anything, but it's definitely better than fighting Sports 1. The next mock ball we're going to do is more difficult. Even though we're jumping to the door, so it seems kind of similar, we don't get to bonk the ceiling. We'd be too high if we did that. So then we have to do what's called a short hop mock ball, where you let go and repress jump, and you got to juggle with that with all the other inputs. And then the way you jump to the door also affects it, so we'll see here. We'll see if I can get this or not. That's a good jump, at least. I didn't quite do it. No big deal. That's a tough one. It was just kind of funny how these mock balls are so close to each other. And it's so similar jumping to the door, but one is the easiest in the game and one is one of the hardest. It's just just find that interesting. Oops. No big deal. We got an extra E-tank. We can take a few hits. Alright, so we do have 2 missile packs coming up in Big Pink, but we are going to be making a return trip into Big Pink. So we can skip the one that's on the top left and just go for the normal one. So we can just go ahead and weave our way down here. At least we'll try. Not today. Should have practiced that a little bit more before the run. Oh, yeah, needed to get that on the second try. Well, I didn't need to, but if I didn't get it on the second try, then I'd be in real trouble if I missed it on the third try. That is the Spore Spawn skip. It's not too difficult if you know what to do, but it is, you gotta be standing in a certain position in order to fake out the game. The developers went through extra work to make that, just to try to keep us from doing what we just did, which is pick up those super missiles without having to fight Spore Spawn. They made this block here like extra special, but there's still a way around it, so they tried. You shouldn't have made Spore Spawn so slow, man. Spore Spawn, it's like fighting Fantoon, except for instead of fast, medium, slow, it's just every round is double slow. It's just not very much fun. Even with supers, I don't really enjoy the Spore Spawn fight, although it does make it more tolerable. We're going to pick up this missile pack here. Hopefully I didn't skip a missile pack while I was talking. I did pick up the big pink ones, right? We'll probably be okay. Actually, even if I skip those, I have an extra missile pack from the route I normally do, so it'll be just fine anyway. When you don't normally have to farm those guys, but I did burn a super earlier, so we'll farm them up. Oh. Alright, on to Red Tower. We can't really do Hero Shot because the missiles travel too fast. They would go off screen before they open that up. Okay. Ah, I knew that was going to happen. Almost saved it. Second try is just fine. And we'll make our way to our power bombs. So power bombs, it's been nice this entire stretch, just having missiles equipped all the time, and not really having to, occasionally switch into power or supers. The power bombs, you got to be real careful if if you're accidentally not morphed when you fire them off. It's we'll keep going, but I'd like to keep this a valid 8 shots run if at all possible. And we should have enough ammo to make it over to the back to the ship. So that's where we're going to be going after we pick up beta power bombs. We actually need a fair amount of power bombs for this category as well. I'm going to get into why we need all those power bombs a little bit later in the run. But for now, just trust me. we do need the power bombs. Yeah, we should be okay. I'm going to take a hit. But we're not going to take a hit. Those hoppers do 80 damage with no suits, so we definitely want to be a little careful here. Taking that little deboost over here. Really nice. Also nice having the extra health. We don't have to listen to the health bomb warning, which is what we would normally be listening to right now, but got some extra health. So this ship refill, this is not just for marathon safety. The top runs all take this ship refill because we need a lot of missiles for Phantoon. We could have chosen to just bomb out all the doors as we go, try to really conserve missiles, but it's just so much slower to do that this just feels faster. It might actually be faster. If it's not faster, it's only by a few seconds. And then also it gets us to full health, which is really helpful for the Phantoon to fight as well, because if we can maintain that full health for at least one round, then Phantoon's going to be more likely to drop missiles for us. So just a lot of good things. Okay, that is the correct missile count. I don't think I skipped any missiles, so that's good. Alright, I think I want to miss these guys out just to keep my health high. Sure, we're morphed whenever we lay the power bomb. Don't go too fast. Alright, did not get the CWJ attempt here. That's fine. We'll go for the HBJ. Very nice. I'm going to try not to mess up this room like I did yesterday. Oh, never mind. I shouldn't have said anything. So yesterday I made a small mistake in this room, and I decided to just YOLO it when I got over here anyway, and that is not a good idea. You want to wait for this Ripper. If you go quickly to the room, the Ripper is always in the same spot, and he won't be in your way, but if you YOLO it, he might be directly in your path. And falling on that last jump is like a 20-second time loss. Really want to avoid that. And then we do want to pick up as many missiles that are on the way as we can, so that includes this missile pack over here. And of course we want to get that before the Phantoon fight because the ship is not alive. And, you know, going through here, I think I heard somewhere that going through there is technically faster when the ship is alive. It needs damage boost off the spikes. That's just craziness. Would not recommend that in any category. Alright, so quick spoiler alert here. This is not going to be a 2-round Phantoon. It's probably not going to be a 3-round Phantoon. Partly because I'm not the best at Phantoon. I'm good at surviving, not so good at the Dopplers. But also, we really can't afford to enrage Phantoon. Normally with Charge Beam, you just charge up the pseudo-screw and jump around. And, yeah, look at all those missiles we got, too, at full health. That's good. Not a good Doppler, but good start. Because we don't have Charge Beam, it's actually fairly difficult to avoid all the flames when he's in his long range pattern. So we do want to avoid that. Oh, come on, Phantoon. What was that? Must have been like a pixel off or something. That's alright. Yeah, we're full health still. This is good. Take it safe here. Survival is more important for this fight. Oh, I tried for it there. I think he would have been dead. Yeah, he would have been. Yeah, he despawned. I must have rushed my missiles a little bit. Huh. Well, health is very good here, so this is good. Nothing to worry about there. Alright, and then next we're gonna pick up both the super packs. Yeah, we're gonna eventually have to get to Ridley, and we're gonna have to kill Ridley with ammo. We're gonna want as many super packs as we can get while not sacrificing the route too much. Another place we need to be careful with those power bombs. Every time, you kind of got to fight your instincts. Your instincts are to just try to lay that bomb as fast as possible, but you miss one morph input, runs over. So we really don't. Well, I mean, normally it would be over. Marathon will keep going. All right. Get the other super pack over here. And then we make our way to add. I was debating whether I should save here. I think I've got pretty good health. I don't need to save. This health's excellent. I am going to still power bomb these guys out, though. Okay. Another power bomb that needs to be nervous. Yeah, I always take a hit there. So that's safe. Looks like our resources are pretty good. I'm going to give the sky missiles an attempt here. This is more just a safety missile pickup. This can be fast or it can be very slow, so I'm not going to spend too long going for this. No, that wasn't a very good start. Let's try it one more time. That's good. Alright, I'm going to slow it down here at the end to try to time when I'm going to lay this bomb, try to open it up. I think that last bomb would have propelled us if we'd missed it there, but second try is pretty good for that. I'll take that. Oops. And then it's on the bully. I'm just not used to having this good of a health. I don't even have to worry. Just damage boost for everything if I wanted to. But if you're going to take a hit off the waiver, not the pancakes. Pancakes do quite a bit of damage. We didn't even need the health. Yes, this is good. This ammo will be good enough that we can skip the ship refill. And we'll do that because I don't really need the safety save. I will save before entering Lower Norfair, but there's not too much danger in the run ahead until we get to Lower Norfair. It's kind of a trade-off whether or not to take this refill. I guess I should have mentioned, we're actually going to be heading to Adekun Supers next, which does seem out of the way. It's like, well, but of course, super missiles are really nice for these ammo fights. You know, we're going to need ammo for Turian as well, Mother Brain 1 and 2. And, you know, while this pack seems out of the way, there's actually a lot of conveniences that come with this route. So this also puts more power bombs on our route. So we'll be picking those up as well. And it also gives us an extra E-tank, which provides a little more safety for Lower Norfair, so there's just some advantages. There is another route, like Shreddile's former world record route. He picks up GT Supers instead of Adekun Supers, which is definitely more on the way, and you get Screw Attack, but that GT fight's really annoying. You gotta kind of like farm up, you gotta use missiles to farm up your supers, but then you're burning missiles, and you need the missiles for later when you're fighting Ridley. It's It's kind of a pain. So we've the more recent runs, we've opted to skip that and go for the Edikins instead. You could also skip Gold Supers and just pick up a few more missile packs. That's another option. It's really hard to say which of those three options is the fastest. I don't think it's been proven yet. So I'm definitely going to want to tank all these guys. There is a chance I'm going to run out of missiles and start having to use supers, which is kind of fun. It's another reason to skip the refill. It's more fun. Supering everything because we're running out. Alright. Now that we have missiles, we can start going for moonfalls. I mentioned previously we weren't able to do that, but now we can fire a missile to do a moonfall, so I can try for this moonfall down Green Brinstar here. I don't usually bonk that early, but I usually bonk somewhere, so not a big deal. Skipping the refill did put us a little low on power bombs, so I'm going to go ahead and farm these guys for power bombs. Yeah. Alright, we did not fall down the hole. That's really the only danger of this route. Now that we've got gravity, even when we see those big hoppers again, we're just overpowered at this point. Alright, damage boost our way through here. And long wall jump without high jump. Alright, not too bad. And we'll try to use a mock ball to escape here so we don't have to fall back down there again. A little hit or miss with this. There, we got it then. Perfect. Now we can pick up that missile pack that we skipped, as well as get the Mission Impossible power bombs. We will not be able to do Mission Impossible. Partly because we don't have high jump, but also we don't even need to go back up that way. We can afford to go down. And 100%. There's usually more stuff. Oops. That power bomb. I can't even blame the power bomb for missing the second wall jump, but power bomb kind of messed with me for the first wall jump. That's the power bomb's fault. Maybe not. Maybe it's me. We're having fun. Yeah, the supers are definitely more important for Ridley because instead of doing the normal 300 damage, they do 600 to Ridley. But really want those supers for the fight. I'm trying to avoid using missiles if I can. No. I'm just getting this leg out of the way. Even here, it's a little counterintuitive. We don't want to farm for supers. We actually have more supers than missiles. And even if we didn't, we're going to have to farm up to something like 80 missiles in a little bit once we approach Lower North Air. And we're probably going to farm up on supers before we farm up on missiles. So don't really need more supers. So you do sometimes usually put that one up. Skip it this time. Yeah, it's going to be close whether we run out of missiles. I need to start watching my missile count here. Whoops. Didn't start running fast enough for the trip there. Not a big deal. It's better than getting soft lock there. The frame perfect mistake. can happen in that room. One of the few glitches in this game where the game can crash or soft lock. That's something that could happen by accident. Seems otherwise pretty stable. I'm probably gonna want to try to kill this guy with a power bomb. I normally missile this guy, but I just don't have the missiles for it. So we'll kill him later. I think it's actually faster to kill him with a power bomb later. I just don't like doing it because. Here we go with the supers. I don't like laying the power bomb later because it's just one more chance to accidentally not morph. So I'm going to be extra careful. Alright, we get the missiles back. Yeah, so optimally we would just about run out of missiles here, but not quite. And save as many supers as we can. But if we spend a couple extra seconds farming, it still saves quite a bit of time over that refill that we skipped earlier. Okay, draw me a super. It's a nice one. Just tank these guys. That farming is going to get us back to full health, so we don't need to worry about health. That didn't even sound like. Just when you think, oh, this is starting to look like a normal PRKD run, nothing different going on here. Well, nope, we're going to do a little more divergence here. We're going to pick up these missiles up this way. Finally got that first try. I'd always mess that up. Got it first try today. It's not too difficult with high jump. It's extremely difficult without high jump, but easy with high jump. And then this is almost free. And I lucked into a reboost there. We'll take that. And we're going to spend so much time farming up there to climbing up that bubble mountain. And we're going to get this extra missile pack here as well. I like to just super this rather than trying to hot swap between supers and missiles. I'll just make sure that I have ammo selected for this. And now we're ready to farm up at the Bat Cave, and we'll take a safety save, and we'll head down to Lower Norfair. The speed booster, such a neat thing the developers put in the game. Oh man, we should have this thing have echoes. And then what? What if you made it so that you could stop and charge it up, and then just shoot super fast with those echoes? And then when you crash into the wall, we'll have the echoes shoot off to the sides. And if they hit an enemy, we'll have them kill the enemy. Isn't it just crazy? All the ideas they had, and there was apparently nobody to tell them no. So they did it all. They put it all in this game. And we get to use that stuff, that speed echo tech. We use that to kill the Metal Pirates. We're going to be seeing that later in the runs. Just some of those things in this game are pretty neat. Alright, taking a safety save, partly because I never saved after I haven't even saved since Fantoon, and really don't want to go all the way back there. I'm going to be doing the gravity jump, which is pretty safe. I mean, I should get this 99 times out of 100, but I did miss it once while preparing for this tournament, and it can go badly. But should be fine. This is not it's not as dangerous as GT Classic, where you don't have gravity for where the entire time you're lava up. We're only going to be missing gravity for a short amount of time that we're in the lava, so not nearly as dangerous. Should be good. See if I need an extra jump or not. Looks like I might. Just take it. Hey, if you want to see those GT Classic lava dives, I know there's a GT Classic race later in the Super Stars event. There's an RBO race. There's an any% Classic, which is if they're strictly going to be doing the KPDR route. There's another 100% race. I think there's some ROM hacks as well on the schedule, so maybe more Super Metroid action to come. That might be good for fast pillars. Not quite. That's okay. That's okay. Oh my gosh. I thought the room was over for a second. I just haven't made that mistake before where I didn't have power bomb selected. Doing the opposite is fine. Ooh, okay. So this is fine. I was actually going to talk about this. One of the really nice differences between this and a typical PRKD run... Oh, I shouldn't have taken that yet. Is we have all these extra power bombs. This guy's miniature. Okay, that is open. So normally in PRKD, if you messed up this room, you probably have to reset the whole room. It's funny, I actually have an easier time doing this when the pirates are in the room. I use the pirates as my cue. They're gone, I know my cue. But in this category, because we picked up all those... Oh boy. Okay. It's gonna be like this. We should still be good. I think we'll still be good. Let's go for it. If I had any more health off, I'd probably go pick up the fire freeze. That was not good. Well, we took the save, right? Oh, and I was going to take that save there, but given my health situation, it's probably better that I don't. This is definitely lower than I want to be. So I got to pick up these power bombs as well. Yeah, this is... okay. That guy cut me some slack here. And I think we can play this safe. So we should be able to use our extra power bombs here to kill these guys. Let's just play this here. Oh, there's another one. Let's just not die. There we go. So fortunately, we actually do want help from these pirates anyway. We want supers as well. But part of the reason we farm these metal pirates is to get some health. Oh, this is not good. Not gonna die. Not gonna lie, I thought I was dead there. Okay. Wow. Alright. Yeah, I guess that's how it is in marathons, right? You make mistakes you don't really make. I'm gonna have to redo this room, I think. I need more ammo. Okay. Should be okay. I do need to stop messing this up. Ooh, you know what? Let's redo the room from this direction, because this is the direction I'm used to going. Yeah, I know. I can't believe that pirate only did 10 damage to me. I thought I was dead there. That is still not right. Jeez. Okay. Look at all those health drops. Let's just reset the room again. At least I'm getting my health up. This is probably still faster than if I had died and had to redo the lava dive and everything. Okay, that's a good one. That's not a good one. Still don't have enough power supers. I probably shouldn't be burning all these missiles actually either. Although I suppose I could use power bombs during the early fight. Okay. Okay, now we're in good shape. Let's start conserving the missiles I normally have more. Should be fine. I'm gonna farm up a little bit more. Get some power bombs back. Since I burned quite a few. Alright. Alright, let's do this Ridley fight. I was actually going to talk about this before I got distracted. So there's a really simple trick here. We roll under, spin jump, and then break spin. And that gets Ridley to start pogoing in the other direction at the start of the fight. And you can see how many supers we were able to get in just at the start of the fight there. That's something that I think even casual players could pick up on and just get a really nice head start. I think he's dead. Oh yeah, he's dead. Alright. Thanks, Ridley. Thank you. And this health's pretty good. I'm hopefully going to get one super drop here and we'll head towards Fireplace. Actually, I don't think I'm going to get a super drop. Okay, but we got one. Oh, health's great. Health is great. Okay. We are back on track, and I did include time in the estimate for one major mistake, so we're not even in trouble, I think, for the estimate. Should be no problem. It's really... Yep, there's the power run there. That gets this platform like mostly broken, but not quite. I didn't quite get the D-boost, but no big deal. We clipped the platform at least. Then I am going to go ahead and pick up Firefly's tank. That's just going to make remove all doubt on whether or not we can escape bow and repair. It's a little tricky without having screw attack or plasma beam or anything to keep these things down. Oops. Okay, one hit is perfectly acceptable. 2 hits. Really fine. Let's serve our ammo a little bit here. So I don't really need to worry about health and getting a new tank. Alright. Alright, with 5 E-tanks, we should not be having any problems. The thing I gotta worry about now is just ammo management. I think this is pretty good, but it is something that, until we get to grade, we're going to be in. It's a bit of a concern in this account, super counts. So, gotta keep an eye on those. Should be able to see these guys on the way though. And then get this guy too. So we're also going to get the musketeer missiles, and that makes that room a little bit more tricky. Normally, the speedrunners, they like to do this room the exact same way, and the key hunters, you know, they'll kind of do the same thing if you do the same thing. But since we're doing all this extra movement to go over here and get this missile pack, it just kind of messes up the room. So It's more of YOLO strats here. Try to not get hit more than once by the same piano really is what it is. If you like to go right first, oops, that was not what I wanted to do, but you know what? We did only get hit once each, so we did still meet the goal. I am playing on console. I've got FX Pack Pro, so I can play with. That's how I'm getting the patched ROM in there. But I do have the actual cartridge laying around here somewhere. Alright, and then we're going to pick up these missile packs, this missile pack that we skipped earlier. It's just a little bit faster to get this one on the way out. Alright, by laying the power bomb where I did, then this passage is already open for us as well. I think that missile went through the door, if I'm not mistaken. I'll take this save. It's a free save. I don't want to do low and orphan again. That's always kind of funny when the speed you're carrying causes that to happen. It can happen with plasma beams sometimes, too. I don't think it usually happens that often with other ammo. But it's kind of funny. Because of the way the missiles and supers especially pick up speed as you go. Alright, I'm going to be careful here. I've lost a couple runs to this power bomb, so got a new strat for it though. Thanks, Kiro. Maybe I should try this. Turned out to be really easy. No more lost runs trying to lay a power bomb for this missile pack. And it opens this entrance up too, so double purpose. Alright, so our ammo count, as you can see, is getting pretty low. Oops, let's switch that to early. So we're actually going to come up here and take this refill. And we go from having to worry about missiles to basically never having to worry about them again. 110 is just... I was thinking about going for the Kraid missile kill just because we have so many missiles. But... Oh, I shot through the eye door too? Wow. It was a close range. But that whole fiasco with the Metal Pirates kind of put us behind schedule, so I think I'm going to stick with the regular quick kill. Ooh, wow, that was... Because that was a little fortunate. I wasn't watching my super count, but because that one super clipped the door, I almost didn't have enough supers for that. So that would be one advantage for going for the Kraid missile kill. It's basically the same as the Kraid quick kill, except for instead of firing the 3 supers, you fire 9 missiles. And it's a really neat trick, but it is just a lot more difficult to pull off. I'm just simply not consistent enough at it. But I was really only going to go for it for fun if we were ahead of base or something, but I can just tell you about it instead. I should have just pretended that I'm a masquerade or something. Alright. So it's on to Meridia. Got a few more ammo packs we can pick up there. We can go for the mainstream missiles. Those are on our way. Is that jump gonna work? That jump never works. I don't even know when I'd go for that. Alright. Kill this crab. Almost. That's better. Short charging definitely helped us still in this game. We're going to need it later. We're actually going to be going for a speed step skip later in the run. So that is that's a serious short charge trick there. Nice. Open the door with the missile. So some strats we can do just the same as we would do in any % run or 100% run. We're also going to be doing the beach, of course. We're going to go up there and get those extra missiles and super missiles. We got a lot more ammo to collect if we're going to defeat Mother Ring 1 and 2. Let's just gotta dodge this silly crab here. Another reason I like having all these extra missiles from that missile refill is these bugs in the next room are just so annoying. I can just missile them at will. Stay out of my way. Oh, those bugs are annoying. Just kill them. Alright. Ah, get away from me. Look at that. So aggressive. Alright, I gotta make a decision here. Because we could get Aqueduct after. It's, I think it's just a hair faster to get it after Botchman and Dragon, but super count's not looking too great. I think we should probably get it before. Nice to have more supers for that Botchman fight, just in case we need them. Of course, we only need 10, but yeah, Botchman can be a little trolly sometimes, especially if he gives us the top pattern, so... Oh, be careful. Be morphed. We'll just get this now. It would have been more fun to go for the short charge for these, but that's it. I suppose we probably will take that route when we return. The next room with all the pipes in it is pretty annoying without wave beam, or any beam for that matter. Oh yeah, actually, that's what we're doing. So we end up taking the lower route around this pipe room on the way out anyway. So silly. So annoying. Alright. Bye bye, pig room. We'll not see you again. For the queue. That was okay. Ooh, it's not dead. He's still not dead? Okay. That's why I wanted the extra supers. Okay, so I would normally pick up this energy tank, but since I have an extra one, I'm going to skip it. And that's not just to show off or anything, I actually don't want too much health at the end of the trick. I'm going to purposely not go for the halfie or full halfie here. That trick I haven't quite figured out yet. That's fine. I'll be happy with my short charges. So instead of getting that E-Tank, I'm going to go ahead and take a refill. And I'll go ahead and save while I'm here. Make sure we're full on energy for Dragon. Take this save. Dragon fight I've had, the last fight I did went really well. The fight before that was awful. Just kind of a And I think even even some of the higher up 80% runners will tell you, Dragon, that's where the time loss is. So when this fight doesn't go well, it does help that we have ammo. Normally in an 80% setting, we have very little ammo. So if you run out of energy to do Shine Sparks, you're kind of in trouble. We won't have that problem. At least we got some more energy and we got more ammo. But yeah, taking a chance running this category live. Although, again, if I fire next to Beam Shot, I'm going to keep going. It is nice to see that so far the run is valid. It's still intact at 8 Beam Shots. Okay, we did get the opening short charge. Have to kind of time it without doing the X Factor, which is a little interesting. Ah, I missed that one. That's okay. Ooh. What's going on? Oh no. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's like, I just magically have forgotten how to short charge now. That's okay. It'll come back. Oh man, Dragon. Oops. Ah! This is why I saved. It just went right over his head. Oh man. Alright, that was a better one. Heck, we probably don't even want to do anymore. Okay, yeah. Let's give that a shot. You don't really want to short... once Dragon's belly turns red like that, you probably don't want to go for the Shine Spark kill anymore. You want to kill him with ammo if you can. Because if you kill him early on in your Shine Spark, killing Dragon interrupts the Shine Spark. It's actually what gives you that blue suit. If you've ever seen the blue suit you get sometimes when you kill Dragon. But if you have that blue suit while you're kind of in the middle of Dragon's hitbox, his hitbox is still active. And when you have blue suit, I know sometimes things don't hurt you, but when things do hurt you, blue suit doesn't give you iframes. What that means is that Dragon is dealing like 40 damage to you, and you don't get any invincibility frames. So the next frame, you take another 40 damage, and you just keep taking damage until you get out of there. And I mean, people have lost 7 E-tanks or more worth of damage of health due to that happening. We call that the chain damage. A couple other places that can happen too. You got to be careful whenever Samus doesn't have iframes what you're doing. Okay. We do still have a couple supers. I wanted to make sure we didn't use them all on Dragon. I did have a run where I got here and I had no supers. And, or actually, I did have supers, but I ran out of missiles. And so I had to use supers to like open doors and stuff. So then I got here and I had to rely on these bugs for drops, and these bugs proceeded to drop like 3 health each, like 3 times in a row. Whoa, I almost, speak of the devil there, almost had to go eat my words, but we're good. We're good. What's a marathon run without a Kojak, right? Alright. So this next ship refill is, again, not for a marathon, but we would do this anyway. We want to make sure we get to our full super count. Yes, the reason you never shine spark into Mother Brain is just the iframe stuff, yep. Yeah, and you can get in trouble damaging down against Mother Brain 1 because there's that, there's a moment where the game decides it's going to load music, I think is what it is. Or it's not doing anything. I can't remember what it is. There's some moment where everything's frozen. It might not be when music loads music, it could be another part of it, but where you just get stuck in place and you just constantly take damage. Alright, we get to do this moonfall now. Couldn't do it earlier. We're back. Of course, I messed it up. Oh, there we go. We got the back up here. It's nice when you get to go all the way down to the room, but that's still pretty good. Still good. Just got a little bit more ammo to pick up. And we can afford to burn a lot of missiles here because we're going to take the missile refill after baby. Which is not baby skip, by the way. I think baby skip is possible, but it's a lot more difficult with not having weight beam. You could use a power bomb to kill out the webs, but it's just not. Okay, I didn't actually want that charge. I want this charge. I want a charge going this direction, and then we do a full running jump with blue echoes to jump through all those enemies, and then we safely spark up here. It is a little bit faster to do the B-boost, but it's less reliable. I do want to kind of conserve health here. We are going to be going into terrain without Ice Beam, which means we're going to be killing the Metroids with power bombs, and we don't have Spear Attack, so we're going to be a little bit safe. That's okay. Totally fine. Now, some of you may be noticing the ammo count here and thinking, wait a minute, isn't this like more than enough for Mother Brain? Like if you do the math for Mother Brain 1 and Mother Brain 2, I mean, even if we Zeb skip, which means we need a little bit more ammo than if we didn't Zeb skip, I mean, this is way more than enough, right? And you'd be right, it is. We've got something like 20 extra missiles and 10 extra supers. We also got 11 extra power bombs. You may be figuring out where we're going with this. You see, we don't have enough ammo for Mother Brain 3. And even if we did, there's game logic to take away like 50 missiles and 50 supers. It takes a bunch of ammo away from you if you still have ammo when you get rainbow beamed. And so, you know, we want to avoid hyper. Well, the funny thing is, because they put extra logic in to take our ammo away, we can use that to do an ammo underflow. Because a crystal flash also takes ammo away. And if we do a crystal flash at the same time as a rainbow beam, both pieces of logic are decrementing our missile and super count, and we can end up with an underflow of like 65,000 some missiles or supers. Because the game doesn't treat it as a negative number, it just treats it as a large positive number. So that's why we have the extra ammo. Actually, I need to use a trick here. I need to lay the power bomb over here to hit that first Rika, and that wakes up all the Metroids. See that fourth Metroid came flying in? There's no way that fourth Metroid detected me normally, but what happened is I killed the first Rika in the room, and there's a glitch where if you do that, power bomb damage affects all of the enemies in the room, including all 4 Metroids, which then wakes them up and sends us our way, making it very convenient to this room without the ice beam. That power bomb's a little high, guys. That could be weird. Okay. We did pick up a power bomb drop, so we would have been good anyway, but... Oh, that was not good. I didn't make it stay up. Guess we're going to be needing that extra power bomb. Alright. So there should still be one alive here. Yeah. But, fortunately, we got an extra power bomb. So as long as we don't mess any up in this last room, we should be fine. And this last room is... Wait, I don't know how to do that. We should be okay. Fine. Okay. And we got some health left over. Thanks to damage from these guys. Make our way through. So we definitely are not going to be going for Baby Skip because we don't even have another extra power bomb to spare in order to get rid of all the webs. And trying to missile the webs out of our way would just be a little ridiculous. Damage down a little bit more. Yeah, it's more common to see the crystal flash, like, yeah, to actually just get your health up. So it is kind of funny. We're going to end up not needing to worry about our health so much during the fight, during the Mother Brain 1 and 2 fight, because we actually want the damage down to get into crystal flash range. And we also get to missile through these spider webs here. Missile that door out. And then let's go get energy first here. And now we want to be somewhat conservative with our ammo. Although I do have, I think I've got 12. 13. I've got 13 missiles to spare. So I picked up 2 extra packs. Normally I have 3 missiles to spare. So we got a little bit of extra ammo to play with. But we want to be bombing these guys out. And I am going to be taking this save. This is definitely a dangerous... it's easy for this trick to go wrong. For a number of reasons. The kind of funny thing is one of the easiest things to do is to fire too many missiles and get under 10 missiles. Oh, that is not it. That's not game over. Okay. Just yesterday I did a run, I got this first try, but sometimes this takes me a little while. That didn't feel right either, it might be good, I don't think so. So bear with me, this could take a few tries. That felt a little better. That's still no good. I messed up the first part of the trick. I think I got the second part right that time. Maybe. I might have pressed down too much. I'm still rushing that third input. I feel it. I was rushing it before the run started today too, when I was practicing. It's very tight. But I've had days where I do this 3 times in a row, and then I guess today is not my day for this trick, I guess. It's alright. Messed up these rings here. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like my taps are off, like not tapping the dash run today. Sorry about this. This is where I wish I could pull up the practice hack and like, see what I'm doing wrong. It just feels like I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I think that was good. There we go. Alright. Through the Zeb skip. Hopefully we won't do that again. Maybe if I have to do it again, I'll just... You can just go and mislot these Zebs and do it again. You don't have to use speed steps. That probably still saves time over not doing speed steps, but it's just so slow to missile the Zebs out. And come back. Alright, we didn't waste any missiles there. It is tough with the door transition. That definitely adds to the difficulty. I actually switched. I normally do single stutter 3 tap for all my short charges, and for this one I go for a 3.5 tap. Try to use that door pitch transition to my advantage. Alright, I need to remember not to fire too many missiles. And again, I can just kind of stand here and take some damage. Ideally, I'll take a red beam in the face at some point. So you kind of stay crouched in the corner, your shots are usually going to connect. Not quite ready for that red beam in the face yet. I'll take it now. I think we're good. Now we just hope that the timing is right for when we lay the crystal flash. And it is. So, wow, I don't think I've seen that before. I actually got it decremented the super count 3 times. I didn't know that. So that glitched out number over the super missiles indicates that we successfully. The game now thinks we have 65,000 some supers. And we're almost done. There is one more problem. One more thing we have to get through. I mentioned this glitch to get us... so in the very next room, there are these gates that close. They look a lot like the ones that you can see on the left side of this room. And the game is trying to tell you, hey, you can use Hyper Beam to blow these gates open. Oh, the question about the underflow. If I time the crystal flash just a little bit differently, it'll get missiles instead of supers. I don't actually want to do that because if you time it even more differently, you'll only get missiles. And fighting Mother Brain 3 with only missiles is very slow. I really don't want to do that. So I'm happy to get just supers on the underflow. Yeah, it's just the timing of when you lay the crystal flash versus the rainbow beam that affects which ones can underflow. You can get power bombs to underflow too, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, we don't want that. We want supers. So anyway, those gates are going to close in the next room, and you're supposed to use Hyper Beam. Remember, we're trying to skip Hyper Beam. We don't want to use Hyper Beams. We're going to get it. I can't not get it, but we don't have to use it. So what we're going to need to do is charge out of this room. We're going to need to do a Shine Spark out of this room. Now, it is possible to build a short charge in this room. It has even been done by a few humans in actual runs just for fun, because they're showing off. It's an extremely difficult short charge. You thought that Speed Zepsky was tough? This one's really tough. It is beyond my skill level. But thankfully, we don't need to do that. When Crystal Flash gets interrupted by something, the game often leaves a flag unset, like it leaves a flag set that it's not supposed to leave set. And that's what happened here. When the Rainbow Beam interrupted Crystal Flash, it left this flag set, and as a result, the game now thinks that we have a stored Shine Spark ready to use. All I have to do is jump straight up, and I'm going to use a Shine Spark. So we commonly refer to that as a spike suit, because that's the most common way of getting it, is using spikes. But in this case, I got it from the Crystal Flash Crystal Flash. So I'm going to use this stored Shine Spark to try to do a mid-air Shine Spark out of the room. If I get it, we're going to have a valid run. If not, we'll fire a few Hyper Beam shots and we still got a good show. So it's fine either way. It was a little high, but I think it'll work. Alright, we got it. Okay. Would have preferred that to be just a touch lower, but we made it. Alright, now all I have to do is not push item select or item cancel, and we're going to have a valid 8-shot Beamless run. So this is this is actually on the category extensions board as the 8 shots run, and I think this would be good for 6th on the leaderboard if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, it's an interesting category. I hope people consider giving it a shot. Oh, I didn't get the move there. No big deal. That guy probably would have hit me anyway. takes a little getting used to, but it's that happens sometimes. All right. Alright, just do the escape like normal. It is possible to save the animals with just supers or missiles, but they're not even the real animals. You go visit the decor room, the real animal's still there. It's not. These guys are imposters in the that room they want you to save earlier. Alright, and that is time. It's a completed Beamless 8 shots run. And yeah, like I said, I think this is a neat category, and it's even if we take out the hyperbeam part as a challenge. If you're like a casual player and you kind of like challenges, this is something you could go for in a challenge as well. The hyperbeam skip is tough because timing the crystal flash and everything, like, and being able to damage down. I actually had so much extra ammo in that at the end of that fight that I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to spend it all and still damage down and still, get in there and place in time for the crystal flash. So there's a lot that kind of has to go right for that part of it. That's definitely a speedrunner tech, but everything else I think could be accomplished by a casual player. You wouldn't do it in the same way. You would, of course, do like the traditional KPDR routing. You would pick up screw attack. I actually made a YouTube video on it. I made a kind of a blueprint of this is how I would do the run if I was trying to make it as simple as possible. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's definitely still a challenge. You still have to make your way up Red Tower without Ice Beam, without any beam, and without power bombs yet either, unless you want to go fight Croc with no power bombs. You'd have to gate glitch. So you don't need a gate glitch. You could use a gate glitch to get past Red Tower, but you don't need to. And I didn't use any gate glitches in this run either. What's the frame window on getting supers versus PBs? I don't know that. Although I did hear recently that I want to say that Crystal Flash gives you 50 health every 8 frames. I heard that just recently. And so if we assume it's 8 frames per like increment or decrement, I don't know how that plays into it though. I don't know the answer. I wish I knew. What the frame window is. I know that the queue with 5 E-tanks is pretty easy. You wait for those yellow sparks to appear from Mother Brain, and then you lay the power bomb. And you do not anticipate. You gotta wait till you see it. Once you see it, you can go pretty much right away. But with 5 tanks, that works out pretty well. So that's one of the reasons why no reserve tanks, just the 5 E-tanks. Give myself more confidence that I was going to get the timing right on that. Yeah, I think even if you had full ammo and if it wasn't drained, I still don't think it's enough because Mother Brain 3 has twice the health that Mother Brain 2 has. So it's the underflow is needed. I think even with GT Max, it might not be enough. That might give you enough, maybe, but then again, but it doesn't matter because the game drains that ammo from you anyway. You lose a whole bunch of missiles and supers. Yeah, the missile fight is really slow. I kind of talked through it, so it may not have seemed as slow and with the super fight, but it's a pretty laggy fight. And with missiles, it's even worse. I have to go through one of those as well in one of my runs earlier. Alright, well, we've reached the end. Thank you all for watching. I think we've got some Donkey Kong Country coming up next, if I'm not mistaken. And, yeah, see you next mission.